This is Module 1, an Introduction to Hazard Awareness in the Entertainment Industry. This material was produced under grant number SH05146SH9 from the Occupational Safety and Health Administration. It does not necessarily reflect the views or policies of the U.S. Department of Labor, nor does the mention of trade names, commercial products, or organizations imply endorsement by the U.S. government. Working in the film industry is not always glamorous. Achieving the perfect shot often includes a number of occupational hazards for production personnel, starting during scouting for a location all the way through set breakdown. There are numerous challenges that various crafts, crews, and casts must prepare for, including working at height, exposure to various chemicals and environmental agents, working with electricity or around active roadways, and what to do if there is an emergency. The types and severity of the hazards is highly variable depending on the location, set, and budget. These modules will shine a spotlight on production safety hazards and controls. In July 2017, stuntman John Berniker died on the set of The Walking Dead in Senoia, Georgia. Kurt Petermeyer, the OSHA Atlanta Regional Administrator, said, "The entire industry needs to commit to safety practices for actors and stunt people involved in this type of work." On February 20th, 2014, Sarah Jones, a 27-year-old camera assistant, was killed and 8 other workers were injured while trying to escape an oncoming freight train during the filming of a scene for the movie Midnight Rider in Doctortown, Georgia. Her tragic and preventable death shone a spotlight onto the hazards of film production for movies and television in a new way. Assistant Secretary of Labor for Occupational Safety and Health, Dr. David Michaels, said, "Employers are responsible for taking the necessary precautions to protect workers' health and safety, and the entertainment industry is no exception." This training is designed to assist employers with educating those involved in set construction and production about the hazards and available controls during filming of movie and television entertainment. It is intended to highlight some of the most common hazards and provide guidance for those who do not have a background in safety and health. The objectives of this introductory module are to help you with the recognition of hazards, evaluation of hazards, and abatement of hazards, and to remind you of employer responsibilities and employee rights under the Occupational Safety and Health Administration. Who could potentially be exposed to safety and health hazards in the entertainment industry? The answer is everyone. Location managers, scouts, first AD, department heads, set contractors, pre-prep crews, craft services, set decorators, grips, drivers, vendors, consultants, temporary labor, and more. What is your current role in hazard recognition and abatement efforts? What are some general hazards you might encounter while performing your job on set? Working at heights, unique settings, electrical components, chemical and environmental exposures, construction activities, vehicular use, weather, air quality, noise, or emergency events. We should note here that hazards produced and encountered during stunts or when special effects are employed are unique and require significantly more training and hazard control strategies than those that will be outlined in these general training modules. OSHA's 2018 Top 10 Most Frequently Cited Violations can all be found in the film industry during pre-production, filming, and during set breakdown. Fall protection general requirements, hazard communication, scaffolding, respiratory protection, lockout-tagout, ladders, powered industrial trucks, fall protection training requirements, machine guarding, and eye and face protection. In 1970, Congress created the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, or OSHA, to ensure safe and healthful working conditions for working men and women by setting and enforcing standards and by providing training, outreach, education, and assistance. At a minimum, employers have to comply with the OSH Act and have plans in place to identify and correct safety and health hazards. What does this mean for your industry? As we mentioned before, the types and severity of the hazards is highly variable depending on the location, set, and budget. Likewise, the individuals or titles of those responsible for safety and health coordination, hazard recognition, and control may differ depending on the size and type of production. On large productions, there may be an actual safety and health specialist assigned for the duration. The production manager, the first assistant director, and the construction coordinator may all have a significant role to play for on-set safety coordination. The location manager and assistant location managers will start the hazard anticipation and recognition process well before filming. However, on smaller independent or freelance shoots, these roles and responsibilities may all fall onto one or two people. Everyone has a role to play in shining a spotlight on safety. Employers have the responsibility to provide a safe workplace free from serious hazards and must follow all OSHA safety and health standards. Employers must find and correct safety and health problems as their due diligence under the OSHA Act. OSHA requires that employers first try to eliminate or reduce hazards by making feasible changes in working conditions rather than relying on personal protective equipment, also known as PPE, like masks, gloves, or earplugs. And if an employer provides PPE, then the employer must train the employees on when and how to use the PPE. Any training given by the employer must be in a language that the employees can understand. Temporary workers are also entitled to the same protection against retaliation as full-time workers. Workers can participate during an OSHA inspection. They may speak with an inspector in private without retaliation from an employer. Workers can see the OSHA citations and request medical records, tests that measure hazards, and the OSHA log. Section 11C of the OSHA Act prohibits discharge or discrimination by any person against any employee for OSHA-related activity and authorizes the Secretary to investigate and seek all appropriate relief against any such person. For more information, visit whistleblowers.gov. These are the resources used for this module.